Hello everyone, welcome to Exploring with Cindy and Dan. Today we are in the beautiful city of Vancouver in British Columbia, Canada, arriving aboard the Grand Princess. We are doing a walking tour of the city of Vancouver, so come along as we dive into another exciting adventure. Today's destination is Vancouver. This marks day 17 of our 17-day Ultimate Alaska cruise, and Vancouver is our last port of call before going back to Seattle. We arrived at Canada Place Cruise Terminal at around 7 in the morning, with an all-aboard time set for 5:30 p.m. Guests were able to disembark shortly after 7:45 a.m. Once the gangways were open, just listen for the announcement. This was especially exciting for us, as on most 7-day cruises we usually do, they never stop in Vancouver, Canada, just Victoria, so it's been quite a long time since we've had the chance to stop in Vancouver. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. Arriving in Vancouver by sea is a special experience. Instead of busy airports or crowded roads, you approach the city slowly and peacefully through Burrard Inlet. Pine-covered islands pass by and seaplanes glide across the water. With a coffee in hand, you stand at the rail and watch as Vancouver appears ahead, just like a scene from a postcard. The ship docked just as Vancouver began to shake off the last of its morning mist. It was meant to be a quick port of call, just a few hours on land before continuing south. But as you stood at the railing watching the city come into view, it was clearly this wasn't just another stop. Canada Place was the first thing you saw, 5 gleaming white sails rising into the sky like the mast of a futuristic ship, catching the early light as they were ready to launch. Anchored at the water's edge, flanked by tower glass buildings and the endless stretch of Pacific, Canada Place didn't just welcome you, it defined the arrival. It stood there like a threshold between sea and city, between journey and discovery. Disembarkation was smooth, the crew guiding passengers off the ship with a quiet efficiency. And then, just steps from the gangway, you were there, on a pier that felt more like a symbol than a structure. This was Vancouver, and beneath your feet was more than a cruise terminal. It was the city's heartbeat, open and coastal, modern yet deeply rooted in place. Canada Place wasn't just where your ship had docked, it was where your connection to the city truly began. You step onto the promenade and the world shifted. The city's noise softens. Ahead, mountains loom with an early summer breeze, and seaplanes skim across the inlet with barely a sound. In front of you, the skyline gleams, modern, clean, and full of surprise. You are suspended between two worlds, the wilderness of the Pacific Northwest and the hum of an international city just waking up. Inside the energy builds, travelers roll suitcases through the expansive lobby of the Pan Pacific Hotel just as you leave the Canada Place. They pause for espresso or harbor views. The scent of fresh coffee mingles with salt air. Nearby, Fly Over Canada beacons with its promise to soar you across the country in 10 thrilling motion-filled minutes, without ever leaving the ground. But it's outside on the Canadian Trail where the heart of the place quietly beats. Etched into the walkway are names, stories, and artistic touches honoring each of Canada's provinces and territories, a quiet celebration of a vast, diverse nation. Because Canada Place isn't just where the cruise begins or ends, it's where the story starts, and sometimes it only takes a moment standing between land and sea, beneath sails and sky, to realize that the most unforgettable journeys begin the moment you arrive here in Vancouver. It's your first time here in Vancouver, or maybe just the first in a long while, and for a moment you are not quite sure where to begin. That's when you spot it, just ahead, tacked along the waterfront promenade, a small booth with clean lines, big windows, and a simple sign that reads Welcome Center. No salespeople, no pressure, just friendly faces inside, waving you over as if they've been waiting for you. The Welcome Center booth is exactly what you hope every port would offer, a human touch in a bustling terminal. Whether you're in town for a day or just a few hours between sailings, the staff are ready. They ask how much time you've got, what kind of experience you are hoping for, and before you know it, they're unfolding a map and building your perfect mini itinerary. No hard sells, just honest local insight from people who know and love the city. Within minutes, you're holding a map marked with hand-drawn stars, a few ideas for how to spend your time, and the kind of quiet confidence that comes from being pointed in the right direction. As you walk away from the booth, Canada Place behind you, the city opening up ahead, you realize this was more than a helpful stop. It was a warm welcome and maybe the best start your day in Vancouver could have had. Just as you keep walking across the street, just a minute's walk away, you will see the Hyatt Regency Vancouver, modern and polished hotel that stretches upward in clean lines. Travelers gather here for conferences, overnight stay, or just a warm drink in the cafe downstairs. If you keep walking southwest, you will find Park Place. This sleek office tower isn't just about business. It's framed by a landscaped plaza where locals sip coffee, take lunch breaks, or pass through on their way to nearby shops and transit. The greenery, benches, and modern water features offer a surprising moment of calm in the middle of downtown Vancouver's busy core. Next to the park, you will find the Christ Church Cathedral. It was built in 1895. This Gothic revival church sits like a whisper of the past in the heart of downtown Vancouver. Its warm, stone interior and gentle sloping roof feel almost out of place amid the surrounding high-rises, and yet somehow it grounds everything. Now you are looking at the Fairmont Hotel Vancouver, rising like a castle in the middle of downtown. It's more than a place to stay, it's a landmark woven into the city's history. With its copper green roof and regal stone facade, it carries the quiet glamour of a bygone era, yet feels perfectly at home amid the modern rhythm of Vancouver. Outside, the best of Vancouver awaits. The art gallery is just across the street, and the Robson Street's boutiques and cafes are mere steps away. But many guests find it hard to leave the Fairmont's embrace, because here in the heart of the city, the Fairmont doesn't just offer comfort, it offers character, tradition, and a taste of classic Vancouver charm. Across from the hotel, you will find the Vancouver Art Gallery. It sits in a grand old courthouse. Its wide stone steps offering a calm escape from the city's fast pace. Inside, high ceilings, soft light, and open galleries create space to slow down and just be, with the art and your thoughts. The gallery is best known for its collection of Canadian and Indigenous art, especially the bold, nature-filled works of Emily Carr. Alongside, these are powerful contemporary pieces and international exhibits that invite new ways of seeing the world. Whether you are a visitor or a local, the Vancouver Art Gallery offers more than just art. It's a place to pause, reflect, and reconnect in the middle of it all. The Vancouver Art Gallery is one of the stops of the Big Bus Vancouver Hop On, Hop Off. This bus offers an easy, flexible way to explore the city's top sites. Hop On, one of their open-top, double-decker buses, and cruise through downtown, Stanley Park, Gastown, Granville Island, and more, all with guided commentary along the way. You can hop on and off at any of the 15 stops, making it perfect for first-time visitors or anyone wanting to see the highlights without the hassle of driving. The one-day Classic Pass is around 65 Canadian dollars for adults or 35 Canadian dollars for kids. Now we're going to pass by London Drugs. It is a well-known Canadian retail chain based in British Columbia, offering much more than just pharmacy services. With location across Vancouver, it combines healthcare, electronics, cosmetics, home goods, and photo services all under one roof. Whether you are picking up a prescription, browsing for tech gear, or grabbing everyday essentials, London Drug is a convenient, trusted stop for locals and visitors alike. Tucked Beneath the Pacific Center near Vancouver's busy waterfront station, the Urban Currents mural transformed a simple stairway into a burst of color and movement. Painted by local artist Annie Chen, it brings vibrant energy to the sunken plaza, reflecting the flow of people, ocean, and life in the city. As you can see here in Vancouver, getting around is easy and scenic thanks to a smart, eco-friendly transit system. The overhead wires you see downtown power the city's quiet electric trolley buses, a classic part of Vancouver's street. Alongside them, SkyTrains, diesel buses, and the Seabus ferry connects neighborhoods, mountains, and coastline. Whether you are commuting or exploring, the journey feels just as thoughtful as the destination. Just steps from the art gallery and surrounded by busy streets lies Robson Square, a layered, open-air plaza that feels both civic and casual. Designed by famed architect Arthur Erickson, it blends concrete terraces, trickling fountains, and pockets of green into a space that invites you to linger. By day, office workers sip coffee on the steps, students from UBC's downtown campus come and go, and street performers add life to the square. In winter, the lower level transforms into a public skating rink, drawing crowds with music, lights, and the simple joy of gliding beneath the city. And in summer, it becomes a sunlit spot to watch the world go by. According to locals, the best way to feel Vancouver's rhythm is on two wheels with Cycle City, the city's top bike rental and tour company. From classic cruisers to electric bikes, they have options for every rider. Their guided tours take you along the scenic seawall, through Stanley Park, and across vibrant Granville Island, with friendly guides sharing stories and insider tips. Whether it's a historic ride through Gastown or a sunset cruise by the water, Cycle City makes exploring Vancouver active, easy, and unforgettable. While Starbucks started just across the border in Seattle, Washington, its presence in Vancouver feels perfectly at home. Scattered throughout the city, from bustling downtown corners to cozy neighborhood spots, Starbucks offers more than just coffee. It's a familiar gathering place where locals and visitors alike pause for a warm cup, a quick chat, or a moment of calm amid the urban rush. This building, the YWCA, is a vital support center for women, girls, and gender diverse people. Across the street is Broyer Cafe on Hornby Street that offers cozy charm with Japanese and Vietnamese treats like mochi croissant and bold Vietnamese coffee. And this is the famous Tim Hortons. It's special because it's a beloved Canadian coffee and donut chain, known for its friendly, community-focused vibe and affordable, comforting menus as well. It's famous for its classic coffee, Tim Hortons coffee, fresh donuts, Timbits, which are bite-sized donut holes, and hearty breakfast option. More than just a place to grab a quick snack, Tim Hortons has become a cultural icon and gathering spot across Canada, symbolizing everyday comfort and Canadian hospitality. Vancouver is Canada's third largest city. It is a cosmopolitan place with a European feel and personality all its own. It's a community with a rich ethnic mix, including the second largest Chinatown in North America and stunningly beautiful parks. Vancouver is a city where the seasons shift gently, with rainy winters, cherry blossom springs, sunny summers, and crisp autumns. While much of Canada endures deep snow and freezing temperatures, Vancouver stays mild year-round, rarely dropping below 43 degrees Fahrenheit in winter and warming up to 74 degrees Fahrenheit in summer. In Vancouver, English may be the main language, but the city speaks in many tongues. In Richmond, for example, you'll hear Cantonese and Mandarin. In Surrey, Punjabi fills the streets. Tagalog, Farsi, Vietnamese, Korean, and French echo through neighborhoods, reflecting the city's rich immigrant history. Over 170 languages are spoken here, making Vancouver one of the most diverse cities in Canada. Now we are approaching the waterfront station in Vancouver. This is Vancouver's main transit hub, linking SkyTrain lines, the West Coast Express, Seabus Ferry, and Helijet flights, all under one historic roof. Built in 1914 with classic red brick and grand neoclassical design, it's as beautiful as it is busy. Conveniently located near Gastown, Canada Place, and the Convention Center, Waterfront Station is the perfect starting point for exploring the city. Just steps from the iconic sails of Canada Place, a cluster of souvenir shops invites visitors to take a piece of Vancouver home with them. These cozy stores offer everything from classic Canadian keepsakes like maple leaf pins and t-shirts to handcrafted native art and locally made crafts. Whether you are after a quick last-minute gift or something unique that tells a story, the friendly shopkeepers are ready to help you find the perfect memento. Wandering through these colorful little shops, you feel the city's spirit, welcoming, creative, and full of heart, making your Vancouver visit even more memorable. I bought some maple candies and maple syrup for family back home. Maple is a fantastic souvenir to bring home from Vancouver and Canada in general. It's a delicious, authentic taste of Canadian culture and makes for a thoughtful gift or sweet treat for yourself. The Vancouver Lookout is a popular observation deck located in the heart of downtown Vancouver. Perched atop the Harbor Center Tower, it offers 360-degree panoramic views of the city, the surrounding mountains, the Pacific Ocean, and nearby islands. Visitors can take a quick glass elevator ride up to the observation deck to get a stunning bird's-eye perspective of Vancouver's vibrant skyline and natural beauty. Now we are at the Gastown Steam Clock, nested along the cobblestone streets of Gastown, Vancouver's oldest neighborhood. The steam clock stands as both a curiosity and a symbol, where history quite literally lets off steam. At first glance, it feels plucked from a Victorian novel, tall, elegant, adorned with brass and glass, quietly ticking away on the corner of Water Street. But linger a moment, and you will hear it, every 15 minutes, with a soft hiss and a cheerful series of chimes. The clock releases a puff of steam, captivating onlookers like a mechanical storyteller from another era. Although it was built in 1977, the clock was designed to blend seamlessly with Gastown's 19th century charm. It's powered in part by the city's underground steam system, a rare and whimsical fusion of old-world style and modern ingenuity. Long before this city became Vancouver, before the glass towers, the cruise ships, and the cafes, this land was home to multiple native people. For thousands of years, they lived along these inlets and rivers, drawing life from the forest, the sea, and salmon-rich waters of what we now call the Lower Mainland. Their deep connection to the land continues to this day, as does their enduring stewardship and vibrant cultural presence. Vancouver's modern story began in 1792, when British explorer George Vancouver charted the coastline. But it would be nearly a century before a true settlement took shape. In the 1860s, a small community grew around a rough tavern known as the Globe Saloon, set up in a frontier outpost called Gastown, named for Gassy Jack, a talkative Yorkshire seaman who opened the bar to serve nearby sawmill workers. By 1886, the arrival of the Canadian Pacific Railway connected Vancouver to the rest of Canada, and the city was officially incorporated. Just weeks later, a devastating fire swept through, destroying nearly everything. But Vancouver rebuilt quickly, and grew even faster, emerging as a vital port, railway hub, and gateway to the Pacific. Over the following century, the city continued to evolve. Waves of immigration from China, Japan, India, Europe, and beyond shaped Vancouver's neighborhoods, cuisine, and cultural landscape. Its economy shifted from logging to shipping and include film, technology, tourism, and green innovation. In 1986, World Expo helped put Vancouver on the international stage, and the 2010 Winter Olympics confirmed its place as one of the world's most livable cities. Today, Vancouver is a city of striking contrast, where sleek high-rises stand beside coastal rainforest and global ambition lives side by side with deep local roots. It's a place that honors its past while looking forward, building a more sustainable, inclusive, and resilient future. And through it all, the land endures, the mountains, the ocean, the rain-washed trees, constant and grounding, like the stories that shape this city and continue to shape it still. Here in Vancouver, there are some great excursions that you can do with a Princess organized excursion. For example, the Easy Vancouver Stanley Park visit and City Highlight Drive. It's a 2.5 hour tour. Or the Northwest Exploration and Suspension Bridge tour is a 3.5 hour excursion. The exclusive Vancouver Brewery tour is a 3 hour excursion. Sea to Sky Gondola Experience and Shannon Falls is a 6 hour excursion. And the Best of Vancouver, Stanley Park, and Scenic Grouse Mountain is a 5 hour excursion. What makes Vancouver so effortlessly cool is the way the city flows between nature and urban life without missing a beat. One moment you're wandering the old world charm of Gastown, its cobblestone streets lined with glowing lampposts, steam clock, indie boutiques, and hip cafes. The next you are cycling along the Stanley Park seawall, ocean on one side, forest on the other side, the skyline rising behind you, and the Lionsgate Bridge stretching into the distance. If you are hungry, Vancouver's food scene is a reflection of its diversity. Fresh Pacific seafood, sushi that rivals Tokyo, and street food inspired by every corner of Asia. You can grab a bite at Granville Island Market, where you can enjoy oyster or handmade pastries with a view of boats drifting by. If you feel adventurous, you can head up to Grouse Mountain for sweeping views after a gondola ride, or cross the Capilano Suspension Bridge, where treetop paths sway high above the forest floor. If you are craving culture, the Museum of Anthropology and the Vancouver Art Gallery invite you to explore stories far deeper than the city's surface. But the real magic of Vancouver isn't in the sights, it's in the feeling, a sense of calm, of connection, of a space to breathe. It's a city that doesn't shout for attention. It simply welcomes you in and shows you who it is, one moment at a time. This was the first time my parents visited Vancouver, and they absolutely loved it. Stepping off the ship at Canada Place, they were immediately drawn into the city's charm. They joined a walking tour through downtown, winding past the glass towers of Cold Harbor, the historic cobblestone streets of Gastown, and into the heart of the city's vibrant neighborhoods. What they loved most was how easy it was to explore. Clean streets, friendly faces, and views around every corner. The fresh air, the mix of cultures, the soft hum of languages, it all left a lasting impression on them. As I always say, cruising through Alaska and Canada offers an experience like no other. A cruise through some of the planet's most awe-inspiring scenery. One day, you're sailing past misty fjords and massive glaciers in Alaska, watching whales break the surface of icy waters. The next, you're arriving in a lively Canadian city like Vancouver, where sleek cityscapes rise against a backdrop of mountains and sea. That contrast is what makes the journey so unforgettable. From Alaska's raw, untouched wilderness to the warm hospitality and vibrant culture of Canadian ports. Whether you are spotting bald eagles overhead, strolling through gold rush area towns, or enjoying a peaceful walk along scenic waterfronts, each stop brings something new to discover. And back on board, the cruise offers its own kind of luxury: cozy staterooms, sweeping ocean views, and fresh local cuisine. It's more than just a trip, it's an immersive blend of nature, culture, and comfort, all wrapped into one incredible adventure. Just as we leave Canada Place, you will see Port of Vancouver, a massive gateway where Canada meets the world. It's not just the largest port in the country, it's one of the most important on the continent, moving millions of shipping containers each year across oceans and borders. From above, it looks like a vast puzzle of steel and motion, cranes towering over stacked containers in every shade of red, blue, and orange, but each of those containers tells a story. One may carry electronics from South Korea, another clothing from Bangladesh or Vietnam, another grain from the Canadian prairies, bound for markets in Asia. The port handles everything from lumber to luxury cars, connecting more than 170 global economies. One crew member was telling us that the ships from across the world arrive daily, and is guided into berth by tugboats and harbor pilots. He was telling us that here the machines and the workers move in a kind of orchestrated rhythm, transferring containers between ship, train, and truck, and he always liked to watch that. It looks like the Port of Vancouver is more than just an infrastructure. It's a symbol of Canada's place in the world. It's where international trade becomes real, where global supply chains touch land, and where local economies feel the pulse of distant markets. In a city known for its natural beauty and multicultural vibrancy, the port stands as a reminder that Vancouver is also a city of movement, of goods, of people, of ideas, all flowing through this powerful hub of the Pacific Rim. As the Grand Princess eases away from Canada Place, the city of Vancouver gradually recedes, glass skyscrapers catching the glow of early evening, and the iconic white sails of the terminal slowly disappearing into the skyline. Passengers line the railings, cameras ready, their conversation soft with anticipation. Up ahead, the Lions Gate Bridge stands like a grand threshold to the Pacific, graceful, towering, framed by the lush greenery of Stanley Park on one side and the rocky slope of the North Shore on the other. The ship moves steadily forward, and for a moment you can't help but wonder, are we really going to clear that bridge? As you near, the bridge's green steel arches rise above. There is a sheer silence among the crowd, then the ship slips underneath. Above, cars continue their commute, unaware of the quiet awe unfolding below. The bridge feels almost close enough to touch, and passing beneath it feels like crossing an invisible line. Behind you lies Canada, ahead the open ocean, the wild coastlines of Alaska, and the beginning of something unforgettable. It's a moment that lingers, not just for the view, but for that deep, unmistakable sense of departure and discovery. Thank you for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out our previous videos of the different ports of Alaska and Canada. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we drop our next video. Whether it's another stop in Alaska, a journey through Canada, or more unforgettable experiences. Thank you so much. See you soon!